How does it end? In a blaze of glory or a whimper? It ends in a whimper. An old man complaining about his situation that he himself put himself in, and his friends too, that he turned his back on with their lawsuits and stuff. And like to his credit, I do agree with him over the fact that if you give like your parents' money, right? Because it's not your money at this point. Like we can all agree that Hassan will never be his own man. He's always going to be in the shadow of his family, of their wealth and like their capabilities. Because this guy is an abundant fuck up, right? Like I'm hearing that his brother works at Boeing. He works as a fucking streamer. And the only reason you're as popular as you are is because Muslims all around the world want like their fucking idol, their fucking representation because they have so much negative representation that you have to jump in. Like that's why there people are saying like, yo, you're the Joe Rogan for the left. Your side lost to like the nth degree. You're never gonna get it back. Like the idea, right? It was mostly based off of the premise that the wars at both Afghanistan and Iraq were basically pointless. Like, if you want to be technical, and I still don't know understand to this day why Pakistan isn't put on like the terror watch list for like not only housing Osama bin Laden but all these other terrorists, pedophiles, rapists, grooming gangs, all that shit, right? And it's because like their women are hoeing the fuck out, right? And we have, Jaslene as a literal like fucking example of this. Man's I thought Akash was a Sikh. Man's a fucking cucked Hindu. How does it feel to put that turban on, knowing that like these fucking retards with a combined IQ of room temperature, think that they're better than you, despite the fact that like there's like all these crimes that they're committing and shit. Like there's this one, these fucking brand new migrants. Like I think they're like teenagers. They go and they gang rape this 12-year-old girl, and this isn't anything new at this point. You're gonna have to like ask me for a citation because there's just so many stories just like this that you could get like lost in like the news cycle, if you will. And yeah, they this guy, these fucking fags, right? They call their he calls his friend to help him rape this 12-year-old girl because they both need a turn because she's the tight virgin. Because like when you think about it, all the women, all the Islamic women are just turned the fuck out. You know what I mean? Not maybe not all like 100% of them, but like a lot of them are. At least the Sikh ones are, right? And that's what you're having to deal with. Like, so back to Hassan not wanting to bail out like these fucking ugly ass bitches and shit. Like, yeah, man, I'm all for that. Like, can you imagine? Give. I just saw Denims again today, right? Off of more Pegasus video. More Pegasus video number 1000 and something at this point. Just Hassan and his orphanage. Guy's going on a fucking rampage. He's unstoppable. You cannot stop more Pegasus. He is the voice of the youthful generations. He is, along with all the young bloods, as I call them. Like they just are, the uncommercialized version of YouTube that we all grew up knowing about, but then, all the other uncommercialized YouTubers basically either got demonetized or they had to like change their image or rebrand. Like a lot of them actually, and Hassan, like, can like speak on this, right? A lot of them became hyper liberal or insane, if you will. Like they've become insane people. Like they there's nothing that appeases them. There's no clear solutions. You can't make mistakes. Like I could admit that like yeah, shocking your dog, abusing your dog is pretty bad, whatever. But like the idiot's still bringing her back on the TV, like sorry, like the podcast is still showing her off, like basically showing the torture that she has to endure for the rest of her life as a prop, as a fucking literal physical, object, breathing and like cognitive to an extent. Just sitting there suffering forever because of some loser who wants to be popular with like people much younger than him. and he can't fight back against it because every single time I see him in these videos and stuff, he looks more and more dumb and more older. It's like, yo, your inbred genes will catch up to you. You guys want to play God, right? And say, look, we can reproduce no matter what. Well, guess what, right? You're inbred. Those sideburns, you gotta constantly dye them brown over and over and over again. Now, I could get into the whole streamer awards, but I have a life. It's like, yo, why would I watch something like that? It's actually showing up on my feeds because it's like, I talk about Hasan and I watch like what happened to his orbiters from like, Legal Mindset, all these people and stuff. So I'm like, who are these people? Cinderella. I just checked out. I just checked out. What kind of a fucking stupid ass name is that? QT Cinderella? More like fucking, QTE, quick time event. That's your fucking life. No, some fucking whole ass shit, man. Their entire crowd is literally unattractive women, right? And the second like a moderately or an attractive woman, let's say Emaru, comes around, they just vilify her to the nth degree. It's like, and she is the victim very much. Like she didn't go after anybody. She's just showing up to this streamer award. Some guy just like comes up and gropes her, and everyone just like tries to play it off. And it's just like, what is this? You're crying about like all these dead women and children from Palestine because the Hamas is using them as human shields, and cries like a bitch afterwards. After they look what they did. Look what they did. Never mind the fact that I like strapped into the fucking front of my Jeep and shit. Started shooting at the Israelis, the IDF. Look what they did to this poor. And the best part about it is, dog, you're on camera. Like, never mind our generation, right? And your generation and the generations younger than you. Think about how you're gonna raise your kids. That's right, you're not. You're not gonna raise your kids. Your kids are gonna get access to the internet one way or shape or form, unless you go like totalitarian tyranny over them and be like, there's no way if you ever get the internet, I'm gonna put you in military school or some shit like that. And then like they're gonna see what you did and what you said on the internet, and they're never gonna respect you. They're never gonna respect you, dude. Like you say so much dumb shit. Like yeah, you can argue that you're fighting a political battle. You can argue that you're fatigued or you don't know what you're saying, but try convincing a child, your child, of like your stupid ass behavior and how like it shouldn't be mimicked. It's only me, rules for thee, not for me. So like good luck convincing your kid, man, because you're not going to. They're not going to be convinced. They're going to look at you and they're going to be like, oh, this guy's a fucking loser. And why? Do you want to know why I bring it up? Your hypothetical kid, LTG, right? LTG has been confirmed. Like everybody's dogging him over like him having a kid, right? And he knows way too much information for it to be like, oh, it's not mine. No, dog. You how do you know about that? How do you know about like falsifying, social service reports and this and that and the payments and like it's just again so many holes, right? It's just like I don't know who's a worse liar, you or Jasleen at this point because Jasleen, right? I don't know. A roster of guys is only two guys that I just made out with. Yeah, shut the fuck up, dog. Like that's some whole ass Sikh shit, man. Fucking used fucking pussy. You know what the weirdest part is? Like, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I think it should be against the law. And if people want to like equalize and say both that genders have to do it, fine, I'm okay with that. But I think, in all honesty, when people are getting married, right? If the bride wears white, she better be a virgin. If she doesn't, I don't know, give her a ticket and then put something on her like wedding certificate. Previously married, previously like bedded with some guys and shit. And as shameful as it is to them, well, guess what? That's what is known as accountability. That is what is known as accountability. You have to be very, very strict about who you want to sleep with, who you want to be with, and make sure that you're going to see yourself in the future with this person. 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, as long as your kids need to, live, grow up, whatever, right? But they don't. and then they get married to somebody else. Oh, it's practice. Practice makes perfect. So that's why Sikh girls are practice, right? She said it herself. She was just having practice with a roster of white boys, right? It's not real. She didn't really lose her virginity, even though she all the fucking stupid ass stories and shit. And then same with like LTG. It's not his kid. He just happens to know about like child support payments, this and that. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shocked. Like not completely, but like more like in the sense that like who are these people? Like LTG made enemies with people that frighten me. You know what I mean? Like they literally dug up all this stuff on him. It's like some kind of like, you know what I mean? Like special investigator, secret agent type shit. It's like some fucking FBI fucking watch list type shit. Motherfucker knows everything about you. You got your birth certificate, your name, your birthday, man. They blanked out your address because they're nice. Like holy shit. And the child support payments. Oh, dude. That recontextualizes everything about these losers and stuff because Asmund Gold had an interview with the DSP, right? And this fucking idiot, man, holy cow! Like I was gonna make a video about him, but I was just like, he's not that important. I don't feel like making an entire topic for one dumbass, so I'm just gonna make like a slightly longer than usual video trashing Hasan and all the fucking idiots who are just like him. And speaking of idiots, like, can you imagine all these people who are like fighting the fight for Hasan, even though he didn't really ask for them to do it or whatever? Maybe he did, and just like he's walking it back, and he doesn't want to like spare any of this money for them because they're just so ugly, and they're his side. He has to deal with the fact that you can dye your sideburns. I don't know what is that, dark brown, burgundy, whatever the fuck color that is, right? And try to temporarily escape your fate, of the age reaper. You don't have any kids, you don't have any accomplishments. You're just a man child, like it to the nth degree. Like, do you understand how much of a fucking man child you are? The differences between you and Ethan Klein says everything you need to know about it. Like, you're okay with people and even yourself threatening, Ethan Klein, calling him a genocide or this and that. You don't have any kids. And even if you had a girlfriend, she's fucking ugly for sure, man. Like all these fucking retards have to call you, good looking because they're afraid. They're like, this guy's a fucking retard ass inbred. He's gonna like jump off the fucking deep end one day. Let's just like keep him happy because it's unfair. Muslims are oppressed types of people, even though they're killing. They created the world's largest genocide ever. If you go to Dubai, that is, you help fund it because they need their gold from that mine in what is it, East Sudan. I think it's called Khartoum or some shit like that. I could be wrong about all this shit. I don't care because at some point when you start seeing bodies from satellite imaging and like all the shit that they're like talking about, like all the slaughtering, all the this enslavement, this and that, it becomes woefully apparent that like the validity of Muslims entering into the first world countries, that like they don't belong here. There is no validity to them being here. The the benefits do not outweigh the costs. In fact, I think the costs are monumentally higher than the benefits. Monumentally higher. Because not only are they preventing most people from having children and like increasing the crime rate, trafficking drugs, child rapes, all this stuff, like depleting like the trust that the female gender has in the male gender. And they know that what they're doing fully. Because it's like they come from that shithole where women are basically like, they're just objects that you can just sexually assault or whatever. And because men are so vastly more important and special, like in ways more than one, it's like in Islamic law, a man's testimony is worth 3 of a girl's or some shit like that. It's just fucked up. So it's like it's a lose-lose scenario with these idiots, and then they come over here and they're like, more of the same, more of the same. You're on camera. You're on camera, dude. Like even Hasan too. It's like he's saying all this dumb shit, and I'm like, you're on camera, contradicting what you just said. Like you contradict yourself more times a day than like people blink, you know? Like it's mind numbing just how fucking retarded you are at this point. And this is where your career ends as like this perpetual dumb man child. Yes, you can be proud of whatever money that you've made that your parents help you make, but that's it. You've only made that money, I mean, with the help of your parents and your uncles, subsequently your family, basically. And this is how it ends for you. You're surrounded by people significantly younger than you. Like who is like Hasan's friend who is his age? Because I just don't see it. I see him around all these, kids and stuff trying to like fit in horribly. And all the kids are checking him. Like you can see in like all these stills and images of like these younger people that are hanging around them and stuff. It's like, it's cool, it's cool. Get cool with this guy, you're cool with Twitch because he's like the number one guy on Twitch. And it's all because this is what is known as shouldering the burden upon other people so that it makes yourself look better. So you have Dan Clancy, fucking pedophile and a half, right? You see him on like, dancing up in clubs. He's a DJ. What the fuck? Like, what a pathetic retard. Your hair is almost fully white and you have no children, to my knowledge. Not that I care to know, but it's like, it's very obvious that even if you had children at this stage of your life, it's more of a negative than a positive. And they're gassing up Hasan as like this their poster child because how much more easier would it be to like have people accuse Hasan in perpetuity and then like every single time he gets criticized he's like, oh, you racist, because he's part of the Armenian genocide, victims, because he, even though Turkey committed the Armenian genocide, he's still a victim of it. You can't make fun of him. The feelings, they hurt. More Pegasus like making fucking videos for me every day. Like every day. Oh my god. Every day, man. Every day. And I'm watching this guy like bounce back and forth, right? When I mean that, like I don't watch him regularly. It's just like I find it funny when you see him and he has his ciphers. He does it a lot. And then you turn back, like you go ahead in time, and then they become fully white, and then you become fully brown, dark brown again. It's like you can't escape it, man. Like the age of your life, it's like ticking away. You're gonna be Well, he probably is bald. You got a fucking hair transplant. Fucking probably a penis and fucking hand. Guy's such a loser. Enjoy the end of your career, buddy. This is how it ends with you and the kids.